I got a call from Gail Maffeo, and Red McKenna was up. He's a lighting consultant, had worked with Gail. Red wasn't available. And Red said, listen, I know of this guy who would do you real good. He's really good, and Red could sell, I got to tell you. And then she called me to tell me that Red suggested that we meet. So I met with Matt and Carmen and David. And I hadn't met, they told me about this show that they're doing. The guy has a Tool Time show, and he goes home with his 3 boys and a wife that they do a little bickering but have love. But then when he's at work, he's the king of a tool thing, and it's another show within the show. So then he's got this neighbor that you don't want to ever see his face. So John Pasquin, who is the director for the pilot and did first couple seasons, is a real creative and fun person that we talked about, what do you think about having a jib? So you needed somebody that was thinking out of the box. God bless Larry Gadet. And so what was interesting about this is they didn't want to give up the 4-camera look. They said, well, we'll just hire him for the fence stuff. Because, okay, so as Wilson is over on the fence and he's looking down on Tim, so you got to get the perspective over his shoulder. So you got to be up. And then the other cameras, you're getting your cross, flat 2s, crosses. And so now you got 5 cameras, and then you break one away to do continuous work. And you still need to, now that jib can move her over and do coverage of the ones that broke, because we continue going from outside inside or one side of the fence to the other. So I told Gail and John, I said, I told Larry, I said, what we'll do is we'll just light this show around the jib, put it where we need it, and we would do. They came up with a concept of changing these transition shots within the show, and then starting from scene to scene in post. So sometimes we would go from a flat shot and then cut to an overhead upstage and do some kind of fun move and start the scene. And usually they'd have to write those out because of time. But that was part of the look of the show. So now I was doing light cues, and between Larry, myself, and John, I just say, let's go for it, guys. I'm in it. So the camera would be in one position, and it would have to be lit for that position and not have any camera arm shadows. And so he rigged up on the base of normally on a jib, you've got one place where the wheel turns, and then all the wheels turn. They come with a 4, like a 4 little, not a dolly, but a 4-wheel base. Well, Larry came up with a 3-wheel base, and you could go on any one corner of the triangle to move the base. And so that being said, it was very, not just for your low shots. We would do low shots, and that's what, a lot of people go, well, this is not a music video, or it's not for that time. And no, we would start scenes that would be behind folks and come up and over, and then do transitions from one part of the set. They do long walks, and you just would truck sideways with them. And it was just, we ended up doing a 5-camera show for all the 8 seasons.